the Red Line Racing Podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the podcast, or welcome to the podcast if you are a new listener. This is Red Line Racing and I'm your host, Nick, and I'm here today to talk to you about the sprint qualifying because I listened to it this morning on the radio when I was at work and it sounded really good, and I'm a bit annoyed I didn't have the opportunity to watch it at home, but it sounded good. And again, Ferrari biased, probably slipping in here a little bit. But I'm genuinely happy with this, what's unfolded. A lot of people don't like this sprint weekend shit. It's like, oh no, it's just too much racing. It needs to be just one race on Sunday and all of that. And it needs to be the practice qualifying, all of that. I kind of like sprint qualifying. I haven't really got a strong-lined black or white opinion on sprint weekends, because when they're done well, like I think this one was, again, maybe because it's biased because one of my drivers has got a P1, is it can be exciting because I love qualifying. So there's two qualifying. And for me, double the qualifying is double the excitement sometimes. Because you get excited about a sprint because there's points. I think it's like 30-something points for the winner of both or whatever it is. So there's decent points if they win both. And that makes it exciting, especially early on in the season, because it could come down to the wire over the course of the whole, towards the end, as we've established last year and the year when Max and Lewis was down to like 1 point or wherever it was in Abu Dhabi or Saudi, or was it Abu Dhabi? Yeah, it was Abu Dhabi. But I liked it, and I've actually learned a little bit from this one today as well, which is good because I thought I wasn't going to learn that much. And it's nice to actually see a dry run. We've got the sprint race tomorrow, and then we got the actual qualifier for the Grand Prix after. So it's just boom, 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 boom excitement for many, and not so for other people. Some people get annoyed with it; it's too much, and it's kind of like, okay, it can't. I get both sides of the coin. Like there's some races where, especially if it's a shit race and it's not a great circuit, like I like Shanghai and I like Suzuka and I like a lot of other tracks, but there are some races which I'm not going to have an opinion on because I will have an opinion. I'll tell you when it comes up. I'm like, I think this track's a bit shit. I never really enjoy it. I love Baku every year. That's one of my favourite tracks to watch, and I really want to watch it live. But there are times where there's a race weekend. I think Miami was one once, and I didn't get behind it. I'm not sure why. I might be wrong, but I think it was Miami. It was last year or the year before. I didn't get on board with it, but it was a really good Grand Prix in the end. Like Lando got his first victory. But yeah, like, sometimes it can be really good, like a banger, and other times it can be a fucking flop. But I think the sprint qualifying today was exciting. And I learned that Ferrari aren't washed. They've got pace. And also saying that, I'm looking at the quickest times throughout qualifying. So the quickest time in Q1 was Lewis Hamilton by a fucking hefty... Oh my God, it was Fernando Alonso. Jeez! No, it wasn't. Because it was Lewis Hamilton, quickest in Q1. So I've learned Ferrari have got pace, which I'm happy with. This is what I said in the previous podcast. I want a dry run. I want a dry run in China. I want proper racing. I know people are like, oh, but rain makes it exciting. I know it does. I love a bit of rain. Like Brazil last year with Max Verstappen. Oh my God, that is one of the best races in history now. That is ingrained as one of the best. And if you're a bit biased and you're listening to this like, oh my God, no, it wasn't. It was that race in 1962 when such and such went across this. I'm like, not my era. I'm 27. Yeah, 27. Way before me. All of that shit. So I'm saying this in the sense of what I've seen in the last 12, 13 years, maybe even more, of watching F1. And that's up there for one of the best races. It really was. But Max Verstappen showed his pure class and how he is one of the GOATs of the sports. And despite what you say about him, he's one of the best drivers going. And that's true. And some people don't like him because he's very, says how he is, and I love him. But yeah, I learned that Ferraris are quick. I learned that the McLarens are still quick. Mercedes look decent. And the racing V-carbs, whatever bloody called, not bad. Like, you got Yuki, he made it into Q1. He came 8th place. And throughout the whole thing, he wasn't completely off the mark. The one I was a bit pissed off about, was Isaac Hadjar. He looked decent in Q1. And I said Yuki made it into Q1. He made it into Q3, sorry. And he made it into 8th place. But Isaac Hadjar, he looked decent in Q1, but he didn't do great. He didn't do great in Q2. Something went wrong there. I think he had to abort his first lap, and they kind of put him out straight away for him for some reason, and he kind of fumbled it. And it was the same with the McLarens. Like the qualifying strategy, from what I gauged from it, was, oh my God, Lando Norris's first was second Q2? Like, fucking rapid. Damn. He got 1 minute 31.174. Lewis's quickest was 1:31.212. So yeah, a few thousandths in it. Amazing. I love that. Like, if it's close like that on Sunday, it's going to be great. It's going to be good. Ferrari McLaren battle. Let's go. And the Williams looked decent too. Alex Albon made it into Q3, came 9th place. Stroll in the Aston Martin got into Q3, got 10th place. But Kimi Antonelli, again, second proper outing in an F1 car. Well, I know you could say testing was quite a big one. He made it into Q3, 7th place. The one which was diabolical, once again, which I think something needs to change with the second driver Red Bull thing. Everyone's saying the second seat's a curse. I don't think it's a curse. I just don't think they're building that car for other people. I get why they're not, because Max is incredible. And Alex Albon a few years ago was interviewed. You guys probably seen the clip where he said, driving the Red Bull car is like driving on a knife's edge. If you slightly move one way, you're falling. And he's, as we've seen, he came today in a Williams, he came 9th place. And the Williams, this was quite interesting, actually, if you guys didn't know about this. The Williams last year, the reason why they were so shit is because they didn't make weight, like the minimum weight. They were quite heavy. And they were saying, if we get the weight down, we've got the pace. And Alex Albon, again, two weeks, bang, bang, back to back, is showing that he is quicker than... I didn't think we were going to see this. I don't think a lot of us thought we were going to see this. But quicker than Carlos Sainz. He made it into Q2 and we got kicked out. He didn't make it into Q3. But yeah, Alex made it into Q3 with a decent time as well. I think Alex's Q2 time wasn't bad. No, I doesn't tell you where he came in Q2, but it was decent. He had decent. Yeah, I remember listening to it thinking, fucking hell, that's good. But yeah, it's nice to see them actually looking like actual, you can actually read what's going on. The kickstart Saubers, whatever bloody called, not looking great, really. Again, like Nico got 19th. Liam Lawson 20th, going back to Red Bull seat. Fucking hell, like not good at all. 1 minute 32.729. That's mad. Like, crazy. I don't know how much he was off Max. Let's find out. He was like over a second slower than Max in qualifying in Q1, which isn't great, is it? So hopefully they can sort his car out and make it more enjoyable for Liam, because everyone's going to think he's a waste of space, which he isn't. I think he's a good driver. We saw him last year in the AlphaTauri. Oh, fucking hell, AlphaTauri. I'm calling it that, but it's not. It's V-Carb. He looked good. He didn't look bad. He had some decent outings. So hopefully they can fix that. And it just means for me, I'm just a lot more excited for this weekend. Unfortunately, if you guys are wanting a podcast after qualifying on Saturday, I won't be around, but I'm going to be trying to watch the Grand Prix on Sunday morning at 7, and hopefully I'll put a podcast out after that with my initial reactions of the race. I'm hoping it's a banger. I think you guys probably feel the same thing too. Hopefully it's good. And yeah, just looking forward to it. I made a mistake yesterday saying that Eddie Jordan bought. As soon as I said it, I think I said in the podcast, I think I said, I think he did this. Like my brain was fucked. Like I was quite down yesterday hearing the news about Eddie Jordan. I was saying, yeah, I think he bought Jaguar for £1. He didn't buy Jaguar for £1. That was Braun. He bought Jaguar for £1, and then he sold it on to like Red Bull, didn't he? And all of that. So that was my fault. I just got confused. I got confused yesterday, and I'm glad I said I think, because I was completely fucking wrong. And yeah, so there's going to be times where I make mistakes in these podcasts, and I do re-listen to them just to make sure whatever I say. Because when I'm talking, sometimes I get lost in my own little thought bubble, and loads of little narratives start sinking through, or sieving through, whatever you want to call it. You probably noticed it if you've listened to one or two of my podcasts. Like I just go around narratives, and I'll feed into one, and I'll come back to the other one, and yeah, that one was wrong, completely wrong. So I do apologise if I annoyed anyone with that false information. Again, nobody's perfect. None of these podcasts are scripted. I've got a few notes, and it's all in one take. I pause it. I don't go back over editing it and taking away the and all of that. I don't feel like I need to, because I don't think it's authentic. I want to do it all in one take. And if you learn that I can't pronounce my words sometimes after a long day, then you're getting to learn more about me. I'm not going to put a facade on. I'm not going to pretend to be someone I'm not. I'm going to be myself. And I'm a Ferrari fan who gets really upset if Ferrari do really bad strategy on a Sunday. But anyway, thank you very much for listening to the podcast, guys. Love you lots. Have a lovely day. And let's hope that the Chinese Grand Prix is a banger. I think it's going to be. I hope it's going to be. I want it to be. Let's see Ferrari get a 1-2. It was also, before you guys go, if you're still listening, during the sprint qualifier today into Q2, the Ferraris got on the comms to Charles Leclerc and said we want you to switch positions with Lewis. So giving Lewis the quicker run technically, because he's ahead of his teammate, he's going to have cleaner air, whatever it was, or better time, or whatever. That was quite controversial. I didn't really see that happening. And Leclerc was like, hang on, this has never happened before. Why are we doing this now? So Ferrari must have seen something today in Lewis with his pace. Lewis has won at China fucking loads of times. So they're like, let's put some money on this guy. So yeah, good shit from Lewis. Great to see. And I liked seeing his photos of him and his dad was there to support him again. Love seeing Anthony with the Ferrari team. Ferrari must be loving this. So fucking bring Anthony to every fucking race. Let's go. And another one with Lewis, again, another tangent. I saw that he was talking to Isaac Hadjar. He had a selfie with him. And then this is not this race, but last race weekend, they were on the, when you go in these tour buses, but they go around the track and they just wave to the crowd. It was really cool. Nice to, bit of a hi guys, I'm racing today type thing. He asked Isaac for a selfie, which is really cute. And then I saw today with the Ferrari drivers and the V-car, you could see they were just the four of them were talking before the press interviews, which was really cute. So I love seeing it, and I love Isaac Hadjar. Let's hope he has a banger this race weekend. He can actually make it past formation lap. I'm sure he will. I hope he does. Oh, also Jack Doohan doing better than his teammate. Amazing rookie. So yeah, big up Jack Doohan. I saw another comment as well about he hasn't got that many races left. I think that was from Helmut Marko again, saying, yeah, we're going to be seeing Carlo Pinto not so near future. And I'm like, stop making hints at Jack Doohan every weekend. Stop being a dickhead. And who else was that? It wasn't Helmut Marko. It was Flavio. It was Flavio, the Alpine dude, Carlo Pinto. So no, Carlo Pinto, Flavio. I forgot his surname. B begins with B. But anyway, I will catch you boys later, and thanks for listening. Love you. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Red Line Racing Podcast.